my friend Candace just sent me this YouTube video, and it's a YouTuber who's just basically like going off on rants about MLMs, and I'm just like, I think it's so funny when people want to make money off of just like being an asshole and talking shit and hating, and it's like it might be like temporary gain. But I think about like longevity, like do you really want your job title to just be like internet troll? And like how sustainable is that? Like how are you gonna get paid after everyone's tired of hearing you bitch for like the 6th time about stuff that literally has nothing to do with you and like doesn't matter? I just think it's so weird. Like get another hobby or like another job, because to me it just makes you look like an ass. Like it makes you look like you're not smart enough to figure it out, so you have to hate on it. Like, you guys, that's like me hating on janitors or, you know, people that work at the grocery store or whatever. Like, I just don't understand people that are gonna sit there and hate on other people just because they don't like the business, because they want like 10 seconds of fame. Ugh, I don't know. I just like wish people would actually like try network marketing. Like it's literally genius. It is a genius way of working. Like cool, glad you suck at it, but like nobody cares. You're making yourself look so stupid right now. Cool, you're a professional YouTube hater. How long is that gonna pay you?
Hey guys, professional YouTube troll here, ready to start the video. Doing what I do best, just all over people. Today, the theme of this video is education. What did I say a couple weeks ago? I said we were gonna live, we were gonna laugh, and we were gonna learn. So get your notebooks out, get your pencils out of your pencil cases, get ready to write some stuff down, because guess what? It has just come to my attention that we are all uneducated and misinformed, and the only thing that we need to do is to open our minds and get informed by the Huns of the world to get on board with network marketing. All those income disclosure statements you've ever seen, all those lawsuits you've ever seen, throw them out the window. They're fake news, okay? So today we are getting educated. You know what? I love to learn. I always have, okay? So, you know, I'm really excited about today. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning from the best. And I'm looking for people to change my mind. To kick this video off, I think we should start off with a post that I saw the other day. I think somebody sent this to me, so if that was you, appreciate it. This is on Instagram. This is from somebody who's in Monate, of course. And this is actually pinned in her network marketing tab where she myth busts on a regular basis and sets the record straight. Okay, so let's just read this. It's very informative. So it says, people think they are so smart when they throw out this term and try to act like they know what they're talking about, the term being pyramid scheme. The reality is they sound stupid as and extremely uneducated. Smiley face. If you have any knowledge on pyramid schemes or MLMs or network marketing, then you would know. Number one, pyramid schemes are illegal in the US, so it's literally impossible for us to be a legitimate company with shameless advertising, and we are the leading hair products lines in the country. Smiley face. I don't think that came out the way that she wanted it to, because if you take that literally what she's saying, it's very damning, okay? She obviously didn't reread that, I don't think, because she's saying if pyramid schemes are illegal, so it's literally impossible for us to be a legitimate company. You're right about that. Okay, I guess we are learning. So in small font, it says, don't believe me? Ask Siri about the fastest growing luxury hairline in the US. At this point, I'm not believing her, so I am gonna do that. Hey Siri, what is the fastest growing luxury hair brand in the US?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the fastest growing luxury hair brand in the US.
So they did a Google search, and the first things that come up are Monate articles. So let's click on the very first one. And first one is from dclifemagazine.com. All of my English teachers I've ever had would tell me that this is not a reputable source, but I guess we're just gonna have to go with it because that's what they told me to do. So there's an article, it's written about Monate being a fast growing hair luxury brand. It's written by a guy who is a cultural and poetry editor named Dan Fecht. And he writes about food, lifestyle, and beauty. So, okay. Anyway, So, okay, not really reputable. And we all know also that it's not hard to pay for search results, so you can pay to be like the top search result or whatever. If you look up like top luxury hair care brands, I don't see money in that. So yeah, not really gonna count that as a great point. So number 2, every single job would be considered a pyramid scheme. Boss/CEO at the top, then managers, then assistants, and employees at the bottom, which are usually the ones who try to accuse us of being in a pyramid scheme, even though they're working at the bottom of the food chain at minimum wage, maybe for a 25-cent raise once a year, if they're lucky. Please tell me how you're going to pass your manager and become the CEO in a few months. You won't. You're stuck. You're at the bottom of that pyramid, my friend. Sheesh. Well, I can't say I've ever had a teacher talk to me like that. I'm definitely more motivated to change my mind when you're extremely passive aggressive and rude to me. So the reason why I picked this one to start with is because it's full of the same platitudes that people in network marketing push all the time. First, let's start with this platitude that she says, your job's more of a pyramid scheme. Every job is considered a pyramid scheme because of the CEO at the top, blah, blah, blah. You're in more of a pyramid scheme than anything. That's what they are always say, constantly. That is like the number one thing that I see people say. What's interesting about that is they're trying to make us sound like we're uneducated, we're misinformed, we don't know anything. However, what they're referring to is the shape of the business hierarchy, which is not the same as what a pyramid scheme is. Yes, they're both triangular in shape. However, what characterizes a pyramid scheme is the recruiting model, okay? It is that recruiting is at the center of the business model. So you virtually would have to recruit in order to make money in the business, and that is not the case for a legitimate business whatsoever, okay? It's funny because they get all mixed up and they're like, oh, well, your business is shaped just like a pyramid, and it's like, no, that's just the business hierarchy. That has nothing to do with why we're calling you a pyramid scheme. It's because you're recruiting people over and over and over until you can't recruit no more. So next, there's this other sentiment that I constantly hear, and it's that pyramid schemes are illegal and therefore they cannot possibly be an illegitimate business. And again, that's not necessarily true. We're seeing a lot of these companies start to face legal problems and being sued over pyramid schemes. Herbalife just recently was forced to settle for over $200 million over being a pyramid scheme. They were also forced to restructure. I know a couple people that were actually paid out from that, so it was definitely real, not fake news whatsoever. Okay, so, and then we also saw LuLaRoe being accused of being a pyramid scheme, and a lot of these companies are facing major lawsuits over the pyramid scheme structure. So, you know, it's something where the law has just not caught up yet, and it's getting there. It's actually speeding up. The more videos like this that we make, the more we shine light on these topics and these scams and how people are losing money at these exorbitant rates, right? So it's just a matter of the law's not there yet. But don't worry, your judgment day is coming. Your day of reckoning is upon us. So I wanted to hit those key points, those key arguments that these people constantly just over and over and over regurgitate, and it's like their only go-to. But once you kind of squash those two, they're really left with not a whole lot. Keep those things in mind as we go throughout the video, because don't worry, you're gonna hear them on and on and on, okay? All right, so next we are going to take a class. Should I call it that, or should I just say we're about to get educated by one of my favorite Huns? She appeared in not the last video, but the video before that. She was the one who was talking inappropriately online about her newborn son's circumcision and the size of his private parts, and I think that we're all collectively in agreement that that should not be happening online, okay? But before we watch the video that I want to show you, I want to give an update on the situation, because we need to meet our teacher for this class, this course, and she did respond to that video, and this is what she had to say.
Someone sent me a video yesterday, and she was like, hey, I don't know if you've seen this, but you're in it. And it's this girl who makes YouTube videos and talks shit about MLM people. I'm like, okay. So I went through to see like what she didn't like that I had to say. And I didn't watch the whole thing because it's a waste of time for me to watch and for her to make and for anyone else to watch. There was like 20,000 views. It was like, dudes, we got some bitter betties up in here. Anyway, so it was when I told you guys in the hospital that we were getting him circumcised. And she was like, she went too far. That's the thing I don't like about Beachbody coaches is they make people tell too much. And I'm like, that's not a Beachbody thing. That's a me thing. I'm TMI all the time. And That's fine. And I'm like, what you didn't see was when I told you that his penis was too small to be circumcised. You picked the part where I said he was getting circumcised to call me out. Keep watching, you know? I've always got something more for you. It's just, whatever. I don't believe really in TMI. Is there such a thing as too much information? I don't know.
I wish my teachers were more thorough, but can't win them all. Clearly she didn't watch the whole video, which she admitted, but I did get to that part, don't worry. And clearly she's got no remorse. So anyway, now that she's demonstrated her excellent listening skills, I definitely want to hear more from her about how misinformed and uneducated I am. So let's dive in.
Oh, one thing I did want to say. So I feel like there's a lot of cynics that come to the job that I do, coaching. And people think that, one, sometimes people call it a pyramid scheme, which is illegal and not a thing. I mean, if you do any research, you'll know Beachbody is not a pyramid scheme. And literally every organization on the planet is shaped like a pyramid. You know, I used to work at Nike. There is the CEO, there's VPs, there's directors, there's managers, and then there's all the employees. And the chances of me as an employee getting to be the CEO, very small. If you look at our voting pool, our government, there's the President of the United States, there's Senate, there's Congress, and then there's all the voters. The chances of me as a voter getting to become the President of the United States, very small.
We'll pause right here. So what's interesting about this is, again, she's saying, you know, they're illegal. That's not a thing. Everybody knows who does any research at all knows Beachbody is not. Well, however, they have the same exact business model as other companies who have gone down for being pyramid schemes. So I don't know if she has a leg to stand on with that one. And then she also, again, regurgitates that, you know, she used to work for Nike, and Nike is also pyramidal in structure. Again, she's referring to the business hierarchy, and it has nothing to do with what actually constitutes a pyramid scheme, which is the recruiting model mostly, and that's the defining characteristic, as I said. However, there's two things I want to say. The first thing about the Nike thing, she says, it's a very small chance of me being the CEO of Nike. There's also a very small chance of you being the CEO of Beachbody. The CEO of Beachbody is actually Carl Deichler, but I think the award for the worst comparison to draw ever is the one where she compares pyramid schemes to being like the US government. You know, I think most people know that live in the United States, the president's not the top of the country. If that makes sense, there's the judicial branch, executive branch, and the legislative branch. So it's the three that are at the top. I mean, all united under the Constitution, but you know, it's the three branches at the top. It's not one single person at the top. It's not one single CEO, one person making the decisions, because the United States government is a democracy and a republic, meaning that a lot of the power lies actually in the voters' hands, and we have elected officials who make our decisions for us. So it's just not an accurate comparison to draw. I mean, let's be honest. It's funny also because the three branches all serve to regulate each other, and it's called what we all know as checks and balances. So there's nothing really that exists inside of these companies, these network marketing companies, that does function as a checks and balances. You see these people that talk inappropriately and they do things that are, you know, not right, and you can report them all day long, and these companies aren't going to do anything about it. Because why? Because these people are making them money. They're ultimately the customers, so they're like, whatever, if they're breaking the rules, we don't care. There's no checks and balances within these companies. And the only other, you know, entity that's really doing it is the FTC. So anyway, it just makes me laugh because, you know, I function largely as a checks and balances. That's how I see myself, okay? I don't see myself as like a bully or a MLM hater. I really don't hate the people that are in MLMs at all. Here's another reason why that comparison is just not a great one to draw. Because actually, as a voter, there is a pretty decent chance that you could become president one day. You know, it's not that hard to meet the requirements. What do you have to be? Resident for 14 years, 35 years old, natural born citizen. That's it. But you could become that one day. And in Beachbody, I've never seen it happen before. But there are a lot more presidents going into office. It's like every 4 years or 8 years, you got a new chance. So anyway, I didn't think I was going to be explaining stuff like that in this video, but you know, we gotta do it. So sometimes you just gotta do it. So anyway, let's just finish this out really quick.
I mean, like, you can be cynical if you want, but I'm guessing that's not serving you. If you're cynical, don't do network marketing if you don't want to do network marketing. If that's not your jam, I'm not forcing you. No one here is forcing you. You do not have to do it. But I'm guessing if you're cynical about this kind of thing, you're cynical about a lot of things in life, and that's just not serving you. It's keeping you small. It's not helping you level up to live your potential. And that's really like all I ever want to do. I know Beachbody's not for everyone. I know network marketing is not for everyone, but I hope that I inspire you to stop being complacent in your life.
I see this all the time, like, who cares? We're not bothering you. This type of work might not be for you, and that's fine. But here's the problem, okay? These people are actively scamming other people. You're tricking people into thinking you're living an influencer lifestyle. You're lying about how much you're making. You're lying about a lifestyle. You're putting a fake life on there on your social media that other people think that they can achieve, and it's just not true. I don't want to sit back and, you're right, be complacent in my life while other people are being scammed. It's just not fair, okay? There's a lot of people that don't know about these things. I mean, the president of Anastasia Beverly Hills didn't even know what an MLM was till like last week, okay? There's still more work to do. So you're right. I'm not gonna be complacent. Again, it's more and more platitudes, the same ones we hear over and over. So hopefully, you know, we can squash some of those in this video. So we've got another one on deck here, another video to watch. And this is another person who is calling us uneducated, misinformed. Ugh, man, it sucks to be in this position, but you know what? We got to do this. We got to watch this video and set the record straight. So here we go.
So I really wanted to sit down, and I've been learning how to kind of just deal with my emotions over certain things and really try to figure out how to word things correctly. And this is something that, like I said, has been on my heart for a couple days. And it was something that I saw on Instagram. It was so stupid. So I am like one of those people that I try to avoid Instagram stories like the plague. Not because I don't love you guys, but because, you know, it's the biggest time waster ever. But anyway, the other day I fell victim to the stories, and I started clicking through, and before I know it, I fell onto somebody's Instagram story. And I saw some things that kind of triggered me, and that got my, you know, my blood boiling a little bit. And I really was like kind of having anxiety about it. And I sat down and really thought about why it offended me. And the conclusion I came to was just that it was wrong. It was inaccurate information. So I wanted to take the time to talk to you guys and clear the air, because if one person out there thinks this, then I need to make sure that I know that there's more of you out there. And so I want to address this really quickly in a matter of 8 minutes or less, okay? So what this thing said was, the first story was a video of somebody talking about how network marketing, what I do for a living, is pretty much a scam, and that only 99% of people that sign up to be in an MLM will fail. Only 1% will succeed. And that one doesn't really bother me that much, because the video is obviously coming from somebody who has failed at network marketing. So I always take those people with a grain of salt.
We'll pause right here. This video, just as a warning, is full of contradictions, okay? It bothers me really badly when people are confronted with a statistic or a fact or something that contradicts what they believe, and then they turn to ad hominem logical fallacies as a way of arguing, and that's exactly what this person did. So somebody confronted her with 99.9% of people fail at network marketing. And then she says, well, I take that with a grain of salt anyway, because that's just somebody who failed at network marketing. She's decided then to attack the person rather than the stance that the person is holding, which is, you know, classic ad hominem logical fallacy. But anyway, you hear this so much. It's just, I wanted to point that out because, you know, she's confronted with a statistic, which is true. It's been researched. It's been pushed by the FTC to people to warn people not to join these types of things, and people still join them. So the more we can get that statistic out there, then the better.
Two, I also want to make clear really quickly that I'm not speaking on behalf of every MLM. I am speaking on behalf of the one that I chose to partner with to build the life that I'm living today. And I believe in it 150%. So I don't know what other ones are like. And if you're speaking in regards to other ones and other compensation plans, I can't speak to that, but I can speak to mine and the integrity behind it. So back to that, it did come from somebody that clearly failed at network marketing, so you take those things with a grain of salt. And I'll also get back to the other part of that, why it also didn't really faze me that much. But the second one really is the one that got me, where it said MLMs are predatory. And I was like, predatory. So I wanted to clear the air in case more of you are feeling that that is what it is. And here is the thing, guys, you need to understand this. It's 2019, first off, okay? And our world is running off of the internet. We run off of social media. Back in the day when you went to a car dealership, you know, you could walk in there and a car salesman would walk right up to you and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? If you walk into a store today, somebody's gonna walk up to you and greet you and say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You know, when it comes down to it, social media is my storefront. And it is for a lot of other MLMs. And again, I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone because not everybody does this correctly, but I want to make sure that you understand the integrity behind it. This is just another form of business, and it happens on social media, and my page is my store. So when you come to my page, you have entered my store. And what that means is I'm not looking to sell you anything, just like the car dealership or just like a boutique or just like, you know, whoever out there, all these different things you'd buy stuff from. I am looking to say hi and welcome you in. So the way that network marketing should be.
So car dealerships are not trying to sell you something when you walk in the door, and neither are you. You're just trying to say hello, hi, and welcome us in. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't. All right.
Or the way that I do it, my team does it, is that we go, it's not predatory because you come to me. You come to me and you come into my store, and my job is to greet you and say, hey, this has changed my entire life. I'm not promoting something or offering you something that I don't believe in.
So you are promoting something. You are trying to sell us on something. And here's the other thing. People call MLMs predatory because a lot of time we're not going to you. You come to us, you cold message us on our Instagrams, on our Facebooks, hey, hello, and then you sell it. You try to sell something. They are predatory. Okay, they are.
Been able to create this life that I couldn't even imagine possible when and 5 years ago, I had absolutely nothing. So yes, when you come to my page and you see, because you can clearly see on my page what I'm about, what I'm offering, what I love, why I'm so passionate, of course I'm going to reach out to you and say, hey sister, do you want to do this with me? Because I believe in it so wholeheartedly.
So there's the pitch, okay? But you said you weren't selling us, but okay. So maybe that's not a pitch. I don't know.
That's not being like you can't compare somebody that is passionate about what they do and offering you something to a predator who literally goes out there and tries to hunt down children or women. Like, that's disgusting. And I cannot even believe you even put that in the same word as in the same sentence as what I do for a living.
Obviously, she has a very narrow definition of what a predator is. In this case, we're talking about exploiting other people, okay? And that's what they seek to do. So, you know, it's just funny that she thinks that predator is only like one definition. I don't know.
Because I believe in what I do. I'm literally getting ready to get on a plane and head to Indianapolis to see 50 of my teammates who, if I never said hi to or invited to, wouldn't be here. Wouldn't be down anywhere between 5 to 75 pounds. Wouldn't have paid off credit cards. Wouldn't have been able to leave part-time jobs. Wouldn't be able to, you know, get the things they got for their babies. You know, that is what I'm talking about here, is that me asking is not me being a predator. Me asking is because I care and because it's my job. And again, it's 2019, sister. Like, social media is the way people are growing their businesses. Even large companies are moving to Instagram to find ambassadors and to find Facebook. That's just the way it is. If you don't want to be talked to, then make your profile private and turn off your messaging so nobody can talk to you. Okay? But for me, I have something that is amazing and beautiful to share, and I am going to share that with the world.
I've never in my life heard that before. Never in my life have I heard, turn your messaging and your profile to private if you don't want people to prey upon you. Shouldn't have to do that. Just gonna put it out there, you shouldn't have to do that, okay? You shouldn't have to do it. How about you stop messaging people you don't know?
And that brings me to number 2, is that only 1% of people will be successful in this. I'm gonna give or take that because I'm gonna probably put it down to 90% of people that won't succeed at this.
First of all, you can't give or take a statistic. You can't. So it's not about how you feel that day or, you know, anecdotal, whatever it is, okay? You can't. That's a statistic. It's not, you know, really up for debate. So, but then she says, I'm going to pull it down to like 90%. Okay, still not great. Even if we were to say hypothetically, yeah, let's go with your statistic, 90% of people fail. Still not great odds. Still not a great business venture to go on, and wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
And one of those people are the ones that created that video. And let me tell you why. Yes, the amount of people that find massive success in this is going to be low. And it's not because of what you're thinking. It's not because it's overpopulated and too many people already got in, and because I'm going to recruit 37,000 people and I'm going to make all the money. No. That's not how this works. How this works, my friend, is one thing only. It's hustle. It's grind. It's showing up.
This is another overused argument that they employ. It's the only thing that is employed, actually. It's another overused thing that they're like, you just don't work hard enough. People fail so much because you're just not trying hard enough. You're just not working hard enough. You didn't try. And it's like, no, pretty sure those people all tried. It's such a toxic thing to say, in my opinion, to say, you just didn't try hard enough, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I've said this before, they say, oh, you can do it in pockets of time. It's your side hustle, blah, blah, blah. But then when it doesn't work, you're like, you didn't try hard enough. That's why you didn't make it. They're like, make your own hours. And they also work all the time, nonstop. So it's like, what is it? These people are all over the place.
It's being consistent. It's believing in yourself, and it's continuing to go when all the odds look against you. Back in 2014, I got $14 paychecks. I made absolutely no money. Okay, I had $28 paychecks, I had a $100 one, then a $14 one, and I'm more than happy to show it to you. And what I did, despite that, is when all the odds looked against me, and especially because in your first year you work a lot to not get paid that much because you are starting a mother effing business. So why do you expect to make a ton of money in your first year, right?
Because you tell us that we will. You tell us we're going to make it back. You tell us we're going to make a ton of money. You tell us we're going to be the instant CEO. So that's why.
When all the people were quitting in that first year that started with me because they weren't seeing that return fast enough, I kept going. When my business entirely fell apart in 2015 and all my coaches quit and I had to start from ground zero, I kept going. When my parents or my family and friends thought what I was doing was crazy, when people message me and say really mean things to me, or people post on Instagram and degrade what I do, I kept going. So yeah, it's not going to be a really high success rate. And that is why so many people go on YouTube. And I get you're skeptical. I get that. I get that when I invite you to join my team, you probably go to YouTube and you find all of these things like why I quit Beachbody, and then you watch them and you realize that all of those people failed. They gave up. They didn't keep going. I have built my business to where it is today, not because I'm a predator, not because I got lucky, but because I'm passionate. And because I'm a CEO of my business. I am a girl boss, to say the least. And I don't hide anything. You want to look at our compensation plan? Look at it.
I don't hide anything. You want to look at our compensation plan? Then look at it. No, I want to look at your paychecks. It's funny how these people never show those. They're like, yeah, I'll show you anything you want to know. I'm an open book. You want to look at our compensation plan? It's like, no, that doesn't tell me what you're making, because you're probably not making what you're saying you're making.
You're going to see
you lie.
next time.
And it's predatory.
You wouldn't expect to go into your first job and to automatically get promoted to CEO. So why do you expect to come into this business for 1 year and then expect all of a sudden that you're going to be making six figures? It just doesn't work like that.
Another contradiction. She says, I'm the CEO of my own business. And then why do you come in here expecting to be CEO? It's like, you just said before, though. What you said before was that, oh, okay.
You have to be all in or all out to make this work. And if you don't want to go all in, then don't expect this to treat you like a business. So I wanted to clear the air on that, okay? That's the two things I saw on that. And the thing is like, I'm laughing right now because it's so stupid and so funny, because I'm getting ready to get on a plane to go to a conference to learn how to be a better predator, clearly, with the people that I consider my best friends, people that trusted me to lead them, people that joined my team. But if you're scared because you're seeing all these videos out there and you're getting misinformed, right? Like, reach out so I can talk to you about it, because the biggest thing and the biggest reason is that you are misinformed. Those videos out there are bullshit. Like I said, I'm not speaking on behalf of every company. Other companies might be really shitty. They might be. But for mine, like, we're pretty fucking badass. But if you do want that and you're ready for a change in your life, then my God, like, let's chat. Hope that clears it up for you.
It's funny. It's like, oh, these videos are such bullshit. They're so misinformed. And you know what? If you see one of those, reach out to me so I can pull you in and inform you and get you on my team. It's like, listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. If it wasn't obvious before, that video was an entire pitch in itself. You know, these people are constantly trying to sell things, even when they're trying to, like, you know, dismantle other arguments and like set the record straight, and they say they're trying to educate people, and then they're like trying to sell. Even then, it's like, give it a rest, people, like, please. So anyway, that video was a calamity. And they all are, really. All right, so anyway, we got one more video. There's been a lot of people who are trying to inform me lately. It's just crazy. So anyway, hopefully you're still here with us. You're still, you know, you haven't fallen asleep at the back of the class, okay? Hopefully you still got your notebook out. You're, you know, taking notes, and you're ready for this last class. It's the last class of the day. Let's make it a good one.
And right now, I'm gonna squash some myths about what I do. I'm here to educate people. I can only speak for behalf of my company and what I have, you know, experienced in this year and a half that I've been in this industry. But I know, yes, there are a lot of opinions about this business, what I do. You may have heard them from your aunt, your family, or maybe, you know, you've heard it from people who've tried out the business themselves. But let me just tell you, there's some myths, and I am here to clear them up. The first myth, I hear this quite a bit. Maybe, you know, it resonates with you. Maybe you're the one saying this. Maybe you're saying, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. You know, what they're doing is a pyramid scheme. Well, first off, I laugh at the ignorance. Please do your research if you're, you know, saying stuff like that. But pyramid schemes are illegal and would be shut down. Currently, do you work a corporate job? Do you work, you know, a 9 to 5? Are you within an organization that has structures of management? Do you have a boss? Do they have a boss? Do they have corporate they have to answer to? There's so many different realistic companies that have the structure of a pyramid, whether you know it or not. Do you work at a company that has, you know, levels, and you're just dying to get that promotion so you can get a $2 raise? You know, the one that's a CEO? Are you the one making all the money, you know, at the top? You're managing people. Wow, that kind of sounds like a pyramid, doesn't it?
We got the first bingo here. She's saying look, they're illegal, so they can't possibly be happening. Is drug dealing illegal? Yeah. Are there still people who are gonna do it? Yeah. Are there people doing it today? Yeah. They are. They just haven't been caught yet. So again, these arguments aren't going to fly anymore. They're not acceptable. Okay? They're not strong enough. They don't hold their weight. They never have. So this whole, they're illegal in the United States. First of all, they're illegal. It's like, yeah, what you're doing is illegal. You're right. And other companies functioned for a while before they were shut down for being pyramid schemes. Okay, so we're just waiting on a couple things here. And here's the other thing. These people, and I see this repeatedly, these people have such a narrow view of what jobs are available. It's like either you work for an MLM or you work a 9 to 5. It's like there are more jobs in the world than just 9 to 5 jobs. There are thousands of jobs, hundreds of thousands of jobs to do. Lots of stay-at-home jobs that are not necessarily scamming people online, scamming your friends and family, recruiting people into a business opportunity. There are so many other jobs, and it's like these people can only see one job, and they all say, oh, you're 9 to 5. It's like, enough of that. Like, it's the only thing they say. It's like, I'm starting to really think that they maybe don't know that there are other jobs. Maybe.
Pyramid schemes are when you invest and you get no product or service in return, and you are stuck underneath someone.
Okay, well, Herbalife had products and services. Same business model, exactly the same as Mon8 hair care. Same exact one as Beachbody, same exact one as all the other ones, right? Okay, they all had product. Still forced to restructure.
Yes, you will get compensated more for the company for taking on a mentorship position. You get paid more for taking, more time out of your day to show people how to become successful in themselves. Something that you see every day.
She's admitting that they are more successful if they recruit people and become mentors to people.
But since, we're, I guess, online and that, you've heard this from your grandma or something, is that it's a pyramid. And let me tell you right now, it's not. And if you're still saying that, please, again, educate yourself, because ignorance isn't cute, sweetheart. And another thing that I hear, quite a bit is that only the people at the top make all the money. Not at all. First off, within my company is 5 years old, very brand new, great products. We're $1 billion company already. My company is so brand new that there's literally potential for anyone who, joins and tries. Keyword, tries. But how you make your money back in my company is that, can you make 5 sales? 5 sales and you earn your money back in cash bonuses alone. 5 things. Are you capable of doing 5 things? I wouldn't waste, a year and a half of my life promoting something that actually hasn't worked for me as well. And I'm not at the top of the company. I'm literally the first leadership rank. Cool, great. I still have about 6 ranks more to go till I get to the top of the company. Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Dave Ramsey, all, the top business people that we, hear from, believe network marketing is one of the smartest things you can do to build yourself up for the future.
No comment.
You don't have to have any previous skills, degrees to make this work for you. You just have to have hard work and dedication. I decided to build a business while I am in school because I did not want to be broke AF. Literally. That's what, it's no different than you investing. But yes, you have to invest. This is a business, not a job. You can go and work for someone else all you want to. There's plenty of jobs out there right now on the market that you can go and work at. But you are showing up on their time. You are making what they want you to make. And they're telling you what you can and cannot do. Here, I have the freedom to do as I please. I'm literally wearing house slippers right now. This is my work.
Basically, she's proposing this scenario where you can either go work for somebody else and be on their time and have to show up when they need you to, whatever, or you can join a network marketing and work from home and wear slippers to work. Those are not the only jobs where you can work for yourself, be self-employed. There are plenty of other things that don't involve scamming people and exploiting people who are less fortunate. Yeah, you can start a YouTube channel. That's one of the other things, but you can start an Etsy shop. You can, resell. I mean, there's so many other things, okay? I'm not going to go through all of them. That might be another video or something like that. But again, it's just this narrow understanding of what other people are doing.
I don't live in a bubble thinking I don't hear these myths like, oh my God, like she's, she loves network marketing. She probably doesn't even think of these things. Like, no, like I hear them and I understand your concern. Trust me, if I heard these things and I was, like on the fence about one of these businesses, I'd probably be like, I don't want to do it. Never mind. But I'm here to educate you. I'm here to tell you about the facts of my company so that you can make an educated decision about joining or supporting another person that is in this business. But I am 19 years old and I have built a successful business for myself. And I know what I can do because I believed in myself. And that's, I tuned out all the little negativity things that I've heard as well, especially about these myths. If I believed in these myths, I would be nowhere close to where I am today. So that's why I'm here to educate you. Maybe this can help you. Maybe, you're talking to somebody and you don't believe what they're saying. Here you go, watch this video. I would love to talk to you about this business and what I do as well.
It's funny how they all end it with, look, I would love to speak with you after this. I would love to chat with you. I would love to set the record straight personally. And then at the end of it, I'm most definitely going to pitch to you the idea of this business. It's like, oh. So what I think I want to end on is this thing that I constantly heard throughout this entire educational segment, which was the people that don't try, they're the ones who fail. You simply didn't try hard enough. That's why these statistics are so bad. And, so many people are talking negatively. You must have failed. And it's like, I think almost every single person that we listened to today had some version of that statement out there, right? Or it was like their underlying statement of like, well, clearly you just didn't try. It's sort of a toxic mentality to hold, in my opinion. I speak with people every single day who have exited these businesses and decided to leave, which, by the way, is a great thing to do. It's technically a logical fallacy to stay in something just because you've been in it for a long time. Just because you you spent X amount of years, you know, trying to get the business to work doesn't mean that you need to stick it out that much longer. And that's what these people will tell you. They're like, you know, one of these people said, oh, it didn't work for me for the first 5 years. And it's like, no, these things aren't meant to work for people. They're not set up for all these people to make a ton of money, right? Your odds are very slim, okay? 99.9%, we'll put that out there again. Those are your odds of losing money. It's something where, you know, people that I talk to, they're smart people, they're educated people, they're people that most definitely did try, okay? So it's not your fault if it doesn't work out for you in these companies. It's not a matter of you didn't try, you didn't believe in yourself enough. It's not any of those things. They're simply not set up for high success rates, okay? Because of the business model, because of the recruiting model, because of the oversaturation, it just doesn't work that way. I would not even succeed in one of these things, okay? So you can't put it on yourself if you're one of those people who's in an MLM or you were out of an MLM and you're embarrassed about it, or you're feeling sad about it or sick about it, or, you know, whatever. It's just not you. It's simply not that. You know, anyway, at the end of the day, hopefully you found this informational. These are the things that you hear the most. These like arguments that these people put forward, it's, you know, a lot of it's the same stuff over and over and over. Hopefully me kind of going through each argument and telling you what's wrong about what they're saying, and, you know, it's funny and ironic that they're doing it because they're trying to educate us and make sure we're not misinformed, and they're myth busting. And so in that way, it's really funny, but I hope it is at the end of the day informational for you to watch this. And yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already for more anti-MLM content. The internet troll will be back next week with another anti-MLM video, I can assure you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.